So during a trip. So for me, it's like I will always research on what before I get into a new country. If I need visa, if I what are the cultural conditions and including the weather, whatever, just to kind of find out. Like when I first started out, my first country was Peru, and then it was like I didn't know Peru was cold. I go there with my short sleeves and my thin jacket to work. I was so cold I had to actually buy fleece over there, right? So it's like it was my first mistake, and also when you live in a country with Canada was so comfortable, but you also forgot the faucet over there. Nobody has hot water. It was a cold country, and you turn on the faucet, which is cold water, and then I was just like, why the faucet is not working? And then I realized over the time how spoiled I am living in Canada. But so this is usually what my routine is, yeah. So I would always use wikitravel.org, which is like a website that would tell you just like a quick summary, okay, a quick summary on the country you're gonna go to, what the city you're gonna go to. So I just research on visas or places to go and eat and whatever. And I always book the first night of accommodation before I go there. So I make sure I have some place to stay, right? But I don't book anything further than that. I book either the first night or first 2 nights, whatever. If I want to stay longer, then I have 1 night, whatever, right? I stay in hostel most of the time. I don't really stay in hotel. Some people can stay in hotel, but I just can't. I feel like hotel is so boring for me. There's nobody else. I meet nobody. The reason I stay in hostels is because there's a lot of people also traveling at the same time, and then you can meet people easier, and then it just you can engage conversation, you can make friends, and I just go to a hostel. I meet some friends, and I said, hey, I'm gonna go to here. Anybody want to come with me? And then you never know. You're gonna find a travel partner with you. So half the time I didn't actually travel on my own exactly. I actually always find people in hostel, or I met people for tours and stuff like that. Even a lot of my good friends right now, I met them with my Spanish tour in Cusco in Peru. So I still talk to them, and then all the people that I met in my trips, I still on my Facebook. So with the place I go to, I will always go, okay, I'll look up Hostel World, Hostel Booker, Booking.com, and TripAdvisor to make sure those places, the place I'm gonna go to is valid. First of all, I don't choose party hostel, because if you get a hostel says 6,000 review, okay, get out. No, just there's 6,000 people stay there. The bed is gross. Just don't do it. And then you try to find something smaller, right? So it has quite a bit of review, but not so much. And then okay, this place is homey. I'm going there. I usually choose a smaller hostel because there's more mature travelers instead of party. And I also choose a arrival time during the day, even if I have to pay extra. Sometimes before I think in the start of my trip, I would be so cheap. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna buy this, go to here because the flight ticket is so cheap. But wait, you're gonna get me there at 3 a.m. in the morning. 3 a.m. in the morning, you're gonna get you dinged by some taxi driver because they know you arrived there. You have no other choices but to take their ridiculous price. So don't do it. Even if you have to pay, just a little bit more to get to during the day, it would be better for you and safer as well. When you go to the airport, you always withdraw money with ATM. I would always use bank account with my bank ATM to withdraw money, not my Visa card, because the ATM, they give you the best exchange rate, not Visa card. Most Visa card, most people have, they're gonna charge another 2.5% of exchange rate. It's stupid. But recently I found Amazon Visa card, you don't have to pay for the 2.5% exchange rate on top, so which is quite nice. But then I think they still charge that withdrawal fee of $5, right? But like I said, with the TD all-inclusive one, when you withdraw something, it's $5. It's it doesn't charge that, so it's pretty good, because that $5 is gonna end up adding onto your travel pretty soon. If you don't watch it, that little small fee, it adds up, yeah. So when I withdraw money, I don't withdraw 2,000 peso. I don't withdraw 2,000 peso. I say 1,900 or 1,900, 900 or something. Something that could give me a little more change. So when I go to the places, when I go to taxi driver, so for example, if you go to Philippines, it's very common you go to the Philippines and go pay the taxi driver, and then they're like, oh, sorry, I don't change. And I say, oh, I have. They won't give, they will just bet on you that you have no change. And then you know that change is quite a bit of money, and you're like, really? Yeah. So this happens all the time. So to make sure you have a little bit of spare change all the time. I travel with my iPhone at the time, so I hook up my local SIM card with data. So I always I don't carry a big map going around on the street and looking for where I am, whatever. The reason I hook up with data on my phone is because of the Google Map, right? So I know where I am. I can do a quick research if I want. I don't need to I can just quickly do those things. Even if I have to pay extra just for the SIM card, I don't care. It's for my own safety and just easier, efficient. When I get there, I take a data set off, and then I do research and I ask hostile people. Like for example, when I go to Philippines, I choose Manila. I go to Manila to stay, to start my trip. So the place I stayed was in Makati, and then I just go there. There's people leaving. There's people just coming. There's people leaving. And so I asked the people who left, and they were ready to leave, and I said, what did you guys see? And they would tell you all the things that they have seen, and say, oh, they would tell you the tip. You take it all down, and you just kind of okay, this is maybe I'm gonna go, look it up. Took maybe a day, maybe 2 days, whatever. And then I just plan where I'm gonna go next. I don't even set how long I'm gonna stay in the country. I just go okay, maybe 1 month, maybe three weeks.
I was just gonna ask you, because I had this problem when I went to Philippines and Thailand. And, a lot of them, they want you to have a forward flight. You can't just go there and with a one-way flight. But I found a website that actually you can buy a phony ticket for $5 to $10. I'm not kidding you. And they accept this. So I don't know if you knew about that. But
there's actually airlines. For example, when I went to
Forward On or something.
Brazil, when I was applying a visa, I applied my visa in Costa Rica actually. They asked me if I have a flight ticket to when to get out of Brazil. I don't have one. I know I have to get out by 3 months, but I don't know. I don't have one. So at the time, I was in the embassy, and then some guy next to me, he's American dude, and he was I was don't worry, just go to Condor Air. And I said, Condor Air? Just so what happened is some flight, you can let you book flights without paying it forward. You just make a reservation.
Yes.
So you make that reservation, and then you show it to the embassy people, and they're okay. All they see is just want a piece of paper or an email, but there's no confirmation saying you actually booked the ticket. Right, so it's kind of important. Some places, some visa, they will check
Philippines say it's just you have a forward.
Yeah, a lot of places they will ask that, but you just you can always make sure. It's okay, make sure in case they're gonna ask me where I'm gonna go next, and you always have some sort of ticket. It's booked or just by reservation, just to show them. Okay, so what am I saying? Okay, so I look at overall big map just to pinpoint okay, what is especially for images or Pinterest to find out for me, I'm a landscape traveler. I like beautiful landscape, strange landscape, and then some really world UNESCO or heritage sites. I'll go there, right? So I'll look at okay, how do I travel, and it's easier for me to get there. So usually I stay in the same city about 3 to 7 days. If it's a good base to visit surrounding area, I pay myself for 2 weeks up to a month. Right, so for example, in Cusco, I stayed there for a month, just because it's such a base place to go to visit Machu Picchu, to go to the jungle, to go to all those old cities and stuff like that. So I just paid myself there for a month. And no disappointment with what I didn't see. I'm happy with what I've seen. So I'm not gonna go oh, I haven't seen this. I have to go see this. No. If I have this mentality, I'm gonna be so frustrated because there's so many things that you're gonna be missing that you wish you had seen, right? Well, it's always better to leave to something that you can do it for next time. So during my trip, I have my route planning. It's basically I don't do backtracking. Okay, so I go one direction, and I also don't do Kendrick ways of doing this. Okay, no, let's just say. So I'm gonna find out if I have time and money to see the area. If not, I'll leave it for after my around the world trip. So I went to South America I didn't go visit Chile and Argentina at the time because both of them are like expensive countries, and my budget at the time I was just like, no, those two countries are expensive, and I don't think I can do it this time. So completely leave it out. I left it. I just don't touch it. So I just leave it. But then like a year ago, I went. I actually 2 years ago actually I went to Argentina already. So it was after my round of world trip. It's okay. It's okay if you leave some country that you don't see. It's fine. So some people go like, okay, I'm going around the world. I'm gonna go visit 60 countries. And I was like, okay, have you calculated how many days per country? That's like, I don't know how that counts, but first of all, I use Skyscanner to find out which airport can get me into the country cheaply from where I am. So for example, when I'm going from London to Turkey, and then I was like, okay, what is the cheapest way for me to get to Turkey? And then there's like this city down at the bottom, it's called Damantium, whatever, I forgot the name of it. It was like, I don't know, £100 or something, or less than that. It was like British pound. It was so cheap, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go there first, and then I'm gonna get around, right? So you don't need to spend like a ridiculous amount of ticket money getting somewhere like Istanbul or something so expensive. I can go another smaller city for cheaper. As soon as I get in there, it doesn't matter, right? And sometimes I choose my destination. Depends on where my friends are or the major events happen. For example, the reason I went to Brazil is because of Carnival. And I have friends from Brazil, but I don't have friends who, like, you know, in like Rio or whatever, but I know like I want to go visit Carnival. So that's why I choose like February. I have to get to Brazil in February. This is how I make my destination. I don't really do like, you know, like I just go, okay, maybe I'll miss it or something. No, it's just because I want to go there and see it. So sometimes I choose bus, boat, and ride shares over flights. However, in some cases, it's faster and safer to take a flight. For example, Brazil. It is true. Sometimes it is cheaper to take a flight. Like for example, you go to like Ryanair in Europe. It was like, I don't know, 18 euro or something. Oh, so crazy, right? And just use a judgment, right? You just find whatever, you just use your judgment to say, okay, this is worth to do it or not. And when I'm moving on to another continent, so for example, South America to Europe, I would choose whatever cheapest flight will get me into a continent. It doesn't matter which country. Once I get in, it's easier for me to get to another country with a local budget, like budget airlines and stuff like that. So I think Kenji was saying there was actually a boat. There's a cruise boat that you can go from Panama to go to Lisbon for 15 days for like $250 US, right? So you can do that if you want. $250 US for 15 days of like, I don't know, is it all you can eat or whatever? Yeah, all you can eat. Damn, that's awesome. I would do that, right? So.
Is that 20 pounds for you?
Yeah, so like in my trip, my goal was to try to travel to warmer places because I want to reduce the amount of clothing that would be packing with me. But then I'm also traveling with like South America is kind of like mostly hikings and stuff like that, and you go to Europe, it's mostly like, you know, a little bit more casual-ish, and you go to Southeast Asia and you're wearing like, oh. So I'll show a picture of like my different outfit later on. But so also during the trip, my food, I love trying local food. So I'm a cook. I'm a cooker, so as well I cook a lot. So I often visit the market just to try to find out what is the main ingredients that people use. I was carrying like in Croatia, I was carrying a cabbage in my backpack because I was like traveling in like in hostel, and it was like I found like, okay, I'm too cheap to go out to eat at a restaurant, but I need my fiber, and then so I'll buy eggs, and then I'll buy this cabbage because it's so cheap. I don't know why it's so cheap. It was like a whole cabbage like 30 cents or something, 50 cents. Ridiculous, so cheap. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna carry this cabbage, and I'm gonna go to hostel. Every single hostel would have olive oil, salt, and pepper, and that's all you need. And probably add some of your eggs, and there goes your fibers and your protein. Right? Until I met another guy who was also doing the same. He said he didn't carry a cabbage. He carried a bag of like peanuts. He said peanuts is like, you know, it's so cheap in Croatia, and also like, you know, it's so good for you. So I was like, okay, we got the same idea. Yeah, so like, sometimes use your judgment. I just go like, okay, some places like, say for example, you go to Southeast Asia, the food is so cheap, like, and then also the place you go probably don't have kitchen. So I should go out and eat, right? But like if you go to Europe, sometimes the restaurant it's just expensive, right? So it's just like sometimes it's better just to cook on your own. South America the same. I would just cook on my own and stuff like that. And I do couch surfing in Europe. I cook for my host. Like I just do that as just kind of as a way of saying thank you. Until I host people here, nobody cook for me. And so, why is that? Don't get it. So sometimes the cheapest food eat out places are near major bus stops and schools. So I purposely find places to eat where I can see the food but I don't understand the signs. And that's that's a real local food, right? And don't be afraid of street food, because number one rule is not getting sick. It was to always eat somewhere with high turnover rate. When you see there's a lot of local people eating there, this place is fine. When you go to a restaurant with nobody in there, you're gonna get a freaking diarrhea right there. Okay? So like most the more people in the restaurant, the better. Or the street food where you can see the food is made in front of you, it is safe, usually safe. However, sometimes you will have those D-Day, yeah? You're gonna go like, there's when food goes wrong. So I got food poisoning twice in Peru. And after that, I have developed this iron stomach that I digest everything. So.
Did you get that two-for-all vaccination?
I did. Those things are useless.
Yeah?
Useless. Like those vaccine, whatever, useless. You just need to, sit it out. You'll be fine. Yeah, because usually you're gonna puke for 2 days and then but then you drink a lot of water, you'll be fine. That's why flexibility is it's important. Don't pre-book anything. So a lot of local food has a lot of deep fried and heavy dishes, right? So like in South America, Central America, just technically a lot of cheaper food there are also fried. So I often cook on my own just to try to balance the meal. So like in some countries there's no kitchen provided and I'll eat out, but I always try a different type of meal each time. So I don't want to try to eat the same thing all the time, and kind of watch out your carbs and protein intake, okay? And then I always visit the market and grocery store first thing when I set foot to a new country. So I just go okay, what are you guys selling over here? Like for example, if I go to Italy and say, whoa, you guys have tons of product and I don't know what to buy, but it's fancy, schmancy. But if I go to Croatia, which is next door, and they have nothing in a grocery store. So it was just all I buy is carrot, cabbage. So and then once you find out what they're mostly famous for and stuff, usually that's what local gonna be eating, and it's cheap, and then so it's easy for me to buy and carry around, right? So when visit some countries are notoriously expensive, like for example Switzerland, maybe try to eat out in a restaurant during lunchtime. So you'll find the same meal that they're gonna give you, same food they're gonna put out is always cheaper in lunchtime. And then so most of the time I carry my own set of cooking materials like spices, soy sauce, whatever, and then I just kind of couch surf and then cook for my host. That was usually in Europe that I did. I always pack water and snack in my bag to stay hydrated and avoid overeating. Yeah. So fruit, boiled eggs, nuts are the best source of snacks. You don't want to buy anything else. Chips, don't eat that. Cookies, don't eat that. Just instant noodle, don't eat that. I know you have temptation to eat instant noodle. Don't do that. It's just it's sometimes quick. Over time, you add on this damaging to your health. No, don't do it. So yeah, don't do it. Literally, when you're traveling long term, your health is number one thing that you have to look after. Yeah. Because you don't have anything else anymore. You don't have a job. Just travel. Then you can't even look after yourself. That sucks. So you have to watch out what you eat, and it's very important to drink a lot of water. So sometimes you just don't know, and you just bring those snacks. The reason is you don't know if you have time